Welcome back to the channel, guys. Well, I'm gonna have to talk in between Dad's ratcheting because he's already working this morning. But we're gonna get right to it because, well, with the hot and dry weather we've had, things are turning fast, and we're hoping to try and cut some beans tomorrow, and we're ready, aren't we?
Pretty close.
Several odds and ends that we got to get tidied up today. As far as the bean head, I think the last thing we've got to do on this right now is we've marked all of these hold downs that are wearing out to replace. So they're what hold the sickle onto the guard, or down against the guards, and basically creates a shear point for the bean stubble. Show you the difference. Obviously there's a new one that's got no wear, and then this one that's wearing out. It ends up wearing through the metal. So Dad's working on that. That's it on the bean head. Last thing I've got back here to do is we went with an upgraded paddle. Instead of the flat faced, we're gonna go more to a sweat back because we've had issues with throwing too much residue to the outside, and this is supposed to grab a little less residue and make it more even for us. So we're gonna try those this year. I don't think it'll just oh, it will. Well, that was a lot easier than I expected. Cool. Okay, well, 3 bolts. Pull it out, swap it over. Losing all sorts of pieces. Well, as easy as that to change out the paddle.
Speaking of the devil.
Supposed to grab out the in turn. Obviously that'll grab. Are you done for a second?
Yeah, I got them all on.
Alright. So in turn, there'll be less material grabbed, and well, that was a easy upgrade. Well, hopefully it's an upgrade. Hopefully it works better. And the main reason we're worried about that is the fact that we're no-till. The pattern of the residue on top of the ground makes a little bit more of a difference since stuff's not getting incorporated. We like for it to be about as even as possible. So the way these work, we want about, a little tighter, about 20, there you go, 20 thousandths gap. Okay, a little bit more. Yep. Yep. All right, well, here it is, guys. We actually came across a truck, which this time of year, if you know anything about harvest and the type of truck that we were looking for, they're pretty much non-existent right now, but it just so happened we came across this thing and everything was right. So we have replaced the red International because we've pretty much given up on that truck. So the only thing we have to do...
It gave up on us.
It gave up on us. Let's go get that truck home one way or another. All right. Moment of truth. Hey Kyle, you think there's any need to check the oil? No? We know what it's gonna look like. All right. Oh, we got some power. Well, last time when Dad told me to start it, and we decided not to run it, I never shut the key off. So it was dead as a doornail the next time we tried to take it home. So that's why we're fighting starting. Totally human issue. Okay.
If I see some metal on the road after you, I'll just pick it up.
Okay, yep. I'll just keep on going.
Yeah. Hey, as long as it's broken.
Yep. Alright, well, she's running. She's beeping at me because of air pressure. But we're not going to let her run any longer than we have to, so either we'll see you guys back at the shop, or we'll see you guys on the side of the road somewhere when it stops moving. It's so deceiving because even now, knowing the issues, she runs so well. There's my house. We're gonna go on by. So now, the next stop is the shop. So, fingers crossed, let's hope she makes it. Well, she made it no problem, and man, if you didn't look at that oil, you would have no idea we were having issues with that truck. Still runs so good. I figured out our solution for that truck though. You know how we're losing coolant into the crankcase? Just what if we just quit putting water in it? You can't lose water into the crankcase if it doesn't have any.
You could try it, wouldn't last.
Whether we have this truck looked at again or not, it's not going to be ready before we want to go. So we're going to go ahead and get radio out of it. This radio, which is obviously the farm radio, is going to get switched over to the new truck. And then we've got our little tracker that puts the semi on op center. We're going to move that over as well. In that truck, they were literally self-tappered right there, which I'm not interested in doing in this truck. But on our white Kenworth, I think we've got it somewhere kind of right here, if you can see that, on the side of the chair. Probably just put it right there and then figure out how to get power and antenna to it. It's the worst part about getting a new semi is trying to figure out how you want to power all of your stuff in here. So we've got radio and our op center tracker to power. Stuff's probably gonna be sitting under this seat, and there is obviously nothing power wise that I want to tap into. We've got this cigarette outlet here, but Dad and I absolutely hate cutting wiring harnesses if we can help it. So the only thing I'm halfway okay with doing is tapping onto one of my fuses in there. Alright, we're going to try and feed it through up under here, kind of down and around, and then I can feed it up that way.
Oh yeah, it's good.
So I need roughly that much, maybe. Let's see if feed it up through. Alright, now I can put my ends on it, and okay, we're good there. We got switched power right here, and we got constant right here. Alright, now don't ask why I'm putting the black and the white together instead of white to white. Because I mixed my terminals up on the other end, so my black ended up being the switched instead of the white. But hey, Oh well. Now, for constant power, I have to tee in because I need to carry the constant on further for the radio. Check this out. I got power. On our other Kenworth, we've got the antenna bolted right here and up, which works. I just have yet to figure out a way to get it in the cab to the radio. That one's still a mystery at the moment. Basically, just kind of fold that up in there. Hook my power. And that should be that. Alright, well there's the finished product. The tracking is completely hidden away. As far as the radio goes, it's right here. We got good power. The only thing left would be the antenna. See if I can do this and keep from hitting the paint. Well, couldn't do it without dropping a bolt, but alright, well I got the whole cable ran, but those little adhesive squares that you stick to the cab and then you can zip tie to them to get this cable all nice and tucked up underneath. Well, I'm out of those things. Kyle had to run fuel up to Dustin, who is continuing roadsides today, so I'm gonna have him grab some for me on his way back, and I am gonna go ahead and finish doing what he was doing, which he replaced this because it was extremely rusty. So got to get these hoses back through there, and I think that's it for this truck. Alright, that'll hold that a little better than this rope. Much nicer. Alright, well while I'm waiting on Kyle to finish up that last few zip ties on that truck, it'll be ready to go. Dad's finishing up the combine. He's been doing the general maintenance, greasing, adjusting, blah blah blah. The one piece of equipment we have left to get ready, well, the piece of equipment is ready. The auger cart's ready. It's just currently on the wrong tractor. So this track needs to be unhooked, and the 8360 needs to go on it. Ha-ha! Man! I feel like last time I was in this, I said I needed to clean the back window. Still do. I think that looks like a good spot. What about you guys? Yep, right there. Alright, well, might as well just back this thing out of the way for the moment. That'll work. Man, worked the second time, but my hands keep getting dirty and I keep sweating more. Well, it almost worked. It got my pin in my hydraulics, but it forgot my electronics. It's the last time I've trusted that finger snap, that's for sure. I'm not trusting this one to a finger snap. I better get out and do this one. I seem to get one of my hydraulics swapped around, so I always like to check. So number 4 should be my auger unload. Or auger fold, I guess I should call it. Alright, now number 1 should be my spout. Now, see? It's the right SCV, but it's backwards. Then number 2 should be my gate. I got that one right. So the only one I need to switch is my number 1. Maybe I should have given the tractor a bath before I hooked this up. Well, as simple as that, auger cart's ready to go. But alright, well, you got those adhesive things?
No, they had nothing.
What?
Yep.
Well, that's... Never thought the hardware would be out of those. But that's alright. I think I can make do. So what I'm going to do is I've got one of these. I'm just going to up underneath here. And I'm just going to wrap it up and hook it for now until we get the clips we need. Man, I can take this. It's not what I want, but it's what I'll have to do for now. That's better. I don't like this, but we'll get a couple things, clean that up. Other than that, she's ready. I think we're down to the final few things prepping for harvest, which mainly is getting some of the small bins ready. I think we're going to try and get some beans cut tomorrow. So we'll see you guys then. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't, and as always, see you in the next one. You guys thought I was going to leave you without a random fact, didn't you? Not a chance. Did you know that the sailfish is considered the fastest water animal? And it can reach a top speed of upwards of 68 miles per hour in water. That's pretty fast.